Okay, guys, we are back, and yes, so Ben won the second game here in this match to equalize the score, and it is now time for tie breaks to see who will go through to the finals, and Watu's got the white pieces this time again. Ben has got the black pieces. Watu, you can start whenever you're ready. Good luck.
Let's just mute Motu.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so more action. It's gonna go much faster. We might see a bit more fast-paced games or bigger blunders
Yep.
or bigger attacks. By the way, I think it was scariest name in the chat that asked, are we gonna give titles to the players, something like Dragon Master or something like this? So something to look into. I think Lorenzo is gonna have to award these titles. Dragon Master definitely sounds cool.
But I don't know, Calvin, you normally have a Dragon Master as Jackie Chan.
Yeah, I mean, so you're gonna you're gonna have to unleash the dragon, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And you also have guys that's already called Don the Dragon.
yeah, yes, indeed. So might be a bit ambiguous. So
Yeah.
anyways, we see a Karukan look alike on the board. E4 C6 knight F3.
Yeah. So, Calvin, one of the things I normally first do is to look at the weaknesses in the position.
Yeah.
And my eye spots pawn on G7 or the square on G7 as a potential weakness. So, you could probably play pawn takes pawn, knight E3 in order to try to jump to F5 at a later stage when you've secured the square. But it's interesting
Yes,
because I
indeed.
normally look to see what that is. But are you going to play pawn to D3 to maintain the pawn? That's what Watu is contemplating now.
So interesting choice here, and that's a nice thing. I also do that, by the way. It's a good thing to pick up on these weaknesses. Sometimes you can get caught off balance very quickly if you're not aware of these things. And interesting way that Ben is challenging the center here, and Watu now needs to make a decision. Is he gonna push? Aha, and he actually pushes. So he wants to take more space. He's gonna
Yeah.
try to limit black as far as he can. D4, of course,
And
next on the cards.
and Watu loves this typical French position: pawn to E5, pawn to D4,
Yep.
pawn to C3, and playing around that because you have a little king side initiative going on that side.
Yes. So knight to G6, putting pressure on the pawn. I'm expecting pawn to D4.
Pawn to D4 must be played, and then of course Black will have to decide if he's going to try to play C5 to challenge things. But yeah.
Okay, pawn to D4 played. How does black handle this big structure? Can black go C5 immediately?
Yeah, that's your question. Do you undermine? Do you play pawn to E6 and knight E7? Those are the questions. To be or not to be, Calvin? That is the
That is the
question.
question. Yeah, okay, and C5 is played. Ben decides he needs to put pressure on white immediately. Of course, C3 is not so favorable here because take on D4 twice and then the C1 queen is hanging. So
Yeah, yeah.
it feels like white is going to have to find another way to secure his E5 pawn. Not so clear how.
Mm.
Maybe
What about
dragon to
knight
C3?
E3?
Knight
What
to...
about knight E3?
Okay. Takes on D4.
Take on D5.
Uh-huh. So that seems interesting. Watu decides to opt for dragon to E2. He wants to recapture on D4 with a dragon and just try to secure things. But that 93 was an interesting option over there. Maybe black could have played E6 in response to knight E3 just to solidify.
But isn't he dropping the pawn on E5 now?
Takes on D4, dragon takes D4. And then the two pieces is defending it.
Yeah, so that's why Watu has played there.
Yep. But it looks a bit artificial. Maybe dragon D8 to C6 here.
Yeah, I think
That
you're right
seems
there.
nice.
Something is going to land on C6 very soon.
Yeah, because then D4 is not hanging, but under pressure, and E5. and you still can't play c3. So I like dragon
So
d8
then,
to c6. Yeah.
so then queen d2 would probably have to be the move, but then
Aha.
e5 is still hanging.
Yes, that's the thing.
So probably queen e3 then.
Queen e3 perhaps. Yes. The scariest name says white can sometime go e6. With g7 also hanging in the mix of the, but it's queen takes e6 check though.
Yeah.
But e6 sometimes, yes, should be watched out for. Let me just update our title here. Let's say tiebreaks.
Tiebreaks.
So both matches very tightly contested because both semifinals going down to the wire here with tiebreaks.
And Black is thinking, but also he's now,
almost a full minute down. Yeah.
He's got to be careful with the time.
Because the problem is you might be thinking that you're going to win a pawn, and if you think so long and you play the move and then your opponent finds move to hold on to the pawn, then you start panicking and you're like, oh my, I thought I was winning the pawn.
Yeah.
I spent so much time, and then everything just goes downhill. So Ben needs to be a bit more practical here, I think.
Yeah, you can't invest a lot of time to win a mere pawn.
Yeah. So, but I like your response there, Dragon. D8 to C6 and then E3, Queen E3. Ben decides to go F6. This was not expected.
Okay.
What is his idea? Does he want to force E5 in at some point? Takes on F6, knight takes F6, and E5 coming perhaps. Interesting idea.
Well, he's forcing the issue, no doubt about that.
Yes. And we're gonna start seeing things happen fast here, guys, because what is on 3 minutes already? Ben is on 2 minutes 14 seconds. This is blitz time. This is tiebreaks.
I mean,
yeah.
Watu or Ben is hoping to do that pawn steamroller that Watu wanted to do in the previous game.
Exactly. I was just thinking if E takes F6, can't black play E5 immediately, but unfortunately, I think F takes G7 just loses the rook there as well. So, but I mean, if E takes F, E5, takes on G7, you take the dragon. And okay, but the king will be too open. I don't believe it. I don't believe that.
No.
But surely black will just play knight takes F6 and then E5. Question is it stoppable?
Yeah. So Watu is basically now getting to equalize to Ben's time.
Yep.
And Ben is going to have a better position.
Yes, he has this dragon to B5 check up his sleeve if E5 comes. But still, seems like the Ben will have a nice center coming up soon. So takes on F6. What is Ben's idea? He takes with knight. Knight takes F6. Banzi says dragon to B5 and queen takes D5. I'm not sure about queen takes D5. Where does queen takes B5 come in? Not sure, Banji, what you mean by that. What to play pawn to C3, opening up his other bishop? Oh, before pawn takes pawn, you said. Oh, I see. But I'm still not sure about queen takes D5. I don't know how queen takes D5 comes in. Anyway, so pawn to E5 is played after C3. Black gets this big center that he was pushing for. Black, of course, wants to castle next, I would assume.
But isn't it dragon bishop takes G6 now?
Check.
Yalvin, and then you pick up the E5 pawn.
That's potentially something. But Watu instead utilizes his dragon bishops in a different way. He goes dragon D to F5. Just hitting the queen.
Okay.
I think maybe dragon to E6.
So I think Watu is sticking to his philosophy of keeping the pieces on the board.
Yep. But now he's got a question here. Ben wants to exchange. He goes knight G3. Okay, so he's trying to hold on to that F5 square. Should black maybe just castle here and X-ray F5?
Yeah. And at some stage, pawn to e4, knight f4 are all threats as well, eh?
Yes, and even dragon to d6 here would also put more pressure on f5.
Yeah.
That looks nice and centralizing.
I always do this little piece count.
Yep.
Both players have got 3 pieces developed.
Yes.
But it's black to move.
Yeah.
You know, so normally black would be the one that shouldn't be having the move if they're equal on piece play.
And Ben throws in this move that Watu played against him earlier. He plays knight f4.
Well, he also creates some possibilities of knight e2 check in some lines if that king should castle.
Aha. Okay, so very tactical play, or is setting himself up here. Even the pawn to e4 idea with knight d3 check is there.
Yeah.
So we've mentioned that the knights can be very, very dangerous. And Ben is looking for something here. g2 is hanging. And castling looks very scary here. In fact, yeah, you could take twice on f. No, you can't take twice on f5. But castling looks scary.
And look, in some lines, Ben also has got queen c4, unless he takes back with a queen now.
Yeah, dragon takes e6, queen takes e6 gets played.
Yeah.
And castle. Okay, so e4 looks nice, but then white gets the d4 square.
Yeah, so he's got to think carefully now, because I was looking at pawn to h5 to play pawn to h4.
Okay, that looks interesting.
But the f5 square is under threat.
So how about dragon? Oh, but you can't go dragon to d6 because you still can't take with the dragon first.
There's also a little move here for white, rook e1 in some lines, just threatening queen takes knight also.
Yes, I like that. In fact, black has castled. I like rook e1 here for white. Ben down to 49 seconds. Watu's on 1 minute and 10 seconds almost. Things are heating up. Things are heating up here. And Watu seems very relaxed for now. He's not yet showing a lot of vigor here. So queen to d2 played. Okay, covering that e2 square. Yeah, Scary's name also said rook e1 looks quite decent. But queen d2 played instead.
Yeah, suppose you just want to activate the queen natural square.
Cover the e2 square as well.
Yeah. There are also some lines where knight g5 would be possible and the d5 would be under pressure if those knights should move.
Yes. So it's a delicate situation right now. And Ben down to 15 seconds. Ben needs to come up with something. He goes g6, so he's trying to cover that f5 square. Goes g6. Rook e1 still looks kind of good, and Watu quickly throws in rook e1. That's a good way of applying pressure. And dragon to c7, so he's connecting his rooks and he's protecting his queen on e6. Very important. Dragon to c2, and we're seeing a bit normal chess play here, guys. Rooks may be coming to the center. Watu probably has rook a1 on his mind. Ben throws in rook a to e8, and he's looking towards the king side. Surely something like e4 should be on the cards here for black. I like this move, dragon to b3 by Watu. He needs to get his king out of off that diagonal. He goes king g7. I would play king h8 here. It's a matter of taste. Getting the king off the diagonal. Watu plays rook a d1. Watu just centralizes, plays all the natural moves here. And now it's up to Ben here to come up with something. His central pawns are kind of targets right now. They are nice attacking weapons, but he needs to decide carefully. and he throws the H pawn.
Yeah, that H pawn was always going to try to move, Calvin. I mean, I spoke about it earlier
Yes.
as well, and it's a typical you attack the G3 knight and then you after the knight moves to F1, you then play H3 in order to have the light squares weakened.
Yes.
So that's a typical strategy that the players play, and this is why the top players, people like Watu and Bendim, they make use of all their forces.
Yes,
You
indeed.
thinking the H pawn is only a defender, but that defender, as you can see, even in the top football matches, the fullback comes down the line and he's also in playing attacking when needed.
Dragon to c5 on the board. The queen is not really hanging. H4. Ben gives up the H pawn. Why is he giving up the H pawn immediately? Are we missing something? Okay. The guys are really low on the clock here. Less than 30 seconds each. Ben goes queen to G4. Hitting the knight. If we play knight F3 back, what's the point? Did Ben sacrifice the H pawn? Was that his idea?
I think he sacked the H pawn, Calvin, because then he gets the H file. There's probably knight H5 because he's already got his rook on F8. So he's giving himself some play.
Was it necessary though? Okay, what is he gonna go? Rook H8 now. He's running low on the clock. He's got 5 seconds. 4, 3. Yeah. Oof. Okay, Watu's got 23 seconds. What is he gonna do? Is a pawn up. This black center doesn't look too secure, I must say.
Yeah.
It feels like something could be up. Watu's getting close to 10 seconds.
Shouldn't he have tried maybe pawn to E4 and just pushed?
Yeah, I think that I was looking at E4 or Rook H8. Watu down to 5 seconds. Oof, that's his pressure. Both players need to come up with moves pretty quickly. Rook E3 played. Watu wants to double on the E file. Knight E4, nice move because knight on G3 is pinned. There's mate on G2. So the queen has to move. Oof, and Watu drops his dragon on C5. What a fork there by Ben. Ben calmly collects the dragon on C5. And now Ben is up a huge piece over here. Knight takes E5. You can't capture yet. Do you double up? Is there any discovered checks? Is Ben gonna give up the exchange here? Oh, the rook on D1 is hanging. Oh, but it's check with check. Queen takes E5 is with check. Wow, look at these knights. Look at these knights. Knight C to D3. Ben is really turning up the heat here with his tactics. Wow, nice play. Nice play by Ben, forking the queen and rook. Wow. Okay, so beautiful tactical play there by Ben. First blood to Ben here in this position. Let's get the players on. Okay, players, I hope you guys can hear me. Nothing really too much to say. We can maybe discuss both games afterwards. But well done to Ben. A nice game. Tough one there, Watu. We are going to change the colors now. So let's just flip around. Let's just get the board going. I just want to save the game quickly. Very important. Let's just save the game quick.
Calvin, just check your phone. I've just sent you a message now.
Okay, I'll do that now. Let me just save this guy. Save. Okay. Right. So yeah, players. Let's get to the second one. We're gonna turn around. Okay, so that's no problem, Lyndon. You can do that. You mean this one here, or are you immediately?
No, I have to leave now. I've got a 3:30 appointment with somebody that's arrived now.
Our schedule
so I thought we were going to be done by 2. But so Watu and Ben, thank you very much, and good luck to both of you for the final game. I'll see you later. Thanks, Kevin. I'll
Thanks,
call
Lyndon.
you. All
see you.
Right.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. So okay, players, you can. Okay, let me just turn the names around. I'll fix everything on Zoom in just a second. So Ben, you've got the white pieces. And Watu's got the black pieces. I'll generate the position now. Okay, and I'm gonna generate a new position quick. So 1, 2, 3. You guys haven't played that position yet, right? So Okay, so whenever you guys are ready, you can mute. Watu has got the black pieces here. Ben has got the white pieces, right? So good luck. Mute yourselves, and Ben, you can start whenever you're ready. Okay, let's just sort out the Zoom here, guys. Watu's got the black pieces, so let's get that sorted. And Watu's now in a must-win situation, just like Mabo was earlier on. He needs to win this tiebreak blitz game. It's 5 minutes with a 10-second increment. In order to go to Armageddon. Just trying to fix our screens here, guys. Okay. And Ben, of course, just needs a draw, or better, to go through to the finals. Okay, almost done, guys. Just myself, I need to sort out. Okay, let's see if we got this right. Okay, so we're back on track over here. Why is Ben shaking his head? What's going on? Ben has got the white pieces, and it seems like his queen is a bit stuck. Maybe that's the reason. They're playing some type of a queen's gambit, but okay, there's no gambit on c4. This is the second game of the tie breaks. Ben has got the white pieces. Watu's got the black pieces. Watu needs to win this game to go into Armageddon. It's all or nothing for him. Ben needs to secure a draw. Ben needs to secure a draw or win to join Henry in the final. Okay. All right, here we go. I think I can make Ben slightly smaller here, guys. Okay, so what's happening? D takes c5. So Watu gambiting a pawn on c5 again. So trying to gain some space in the center probably. So Scary's name is saying, wouldn't it be better to play 2 games with the same position in the final? Maybe, that's a good one. A good question. Making the second game random can perhaps give a big advantage to white. All positions are equal, says Bungie. So valid points from both sides. And it would probably be, you could say that, Scary's name. On the other hand, you could also say that the whole tournament format has been like this, randomized. So why change the final now? Maybe you should stick to your form. But both are plausible ideas. But of course, we will probably stick to our format selected. Okay, Watu goes a5. He doesn't want to allow b4, I guess. Okay. So yeah, we had Dr. Boa in the house here giving us some good commentary. So he had to leave, unfortunately, now because he has some other things to attend to. But we are quite happy to have had him here. Now it's up to me to finish today's matches. So we've got this last game here, unless Watu wins this one and we go into an Armageddon. The winner of this match, of course, joins International Master Henry Steele tomorrow for the finals, and there will still be a match. The loser today will play tomorrow against the loser of the first semi-final today, which is I am Mabusela, and yeah, they will play for third and fourth position. Okay, so let's see. What happened here? A5 was played, then knight A4, I think. E5 and C4. Again, we have this battle between these two players. Watu wants the big center. Ben is willing to give up the center to keep his extra pawn and then counter. Okay, dragon to E7. Watu is this time making sure he can castle. Time is not so much in these tie breaks, guys. Watu is already on 3 minutes. Ben is approaching 3 minutes. Take on D5, take on D5. White seems to be a healthy pawn up. No obvious weaknesses here in White's position, but he needs to develop. Black can comfortably castle, maybe even play F5 again. So Black has got the slightly more comfortable game, I would say, developing wise and just influence in the center, I would say. But yeah, White still needs to find a way. And ooh, okay, Ben throws in E4 here. He allows knight to F4, and that is what is played by Watu, knight to F4. Is Ben gonna go G3 next? That might invite dragon to G4. Are we gonna see Watu play dragon to G4 here? But then after dragon G4, you could go knight E5. Oof, things are heating up here, guys. Things are heating up very quickly. Dragon to G4, maybe dragon to D2, protecting the knight on F3. Instead, Watu wants to play back. He goes knight G6. And for another time, we see Ben chasing a knight on F4. So what next? Dragon C4, dragon G2, more solid, dragon B5. Is White thinking about castling? Could he be thinking about long castling? H4, H5 also looks interesting. Knight B6, forking the dragon on C8 and the rook on A8. Ben is going for material he can develop later. That's what he's saying. And Watu quickly whips out dragon to G4, and it seems like a nice move. It seems like C5 is hanging now. I think that was a bit too quick by Ben. He should have developed. Because now the knight on F3 is hanging. If you take on A8, Watu will take the knight on F3, the rook on H1 is hanging, and then the knight on A8 is still hanging. So, and now if you just defend your knight, then C5 could drop. So dragon to D2 played. Aha. So Ben says, okay, I'll cover F3. The rook is still hanging. So if you take on C5, I take on A8. If the rook moves, he goes knight D5 potentially, or you can cover C5. So Watu says, I'm willing to give up the exchange. He gives up the exchange. That's fine. Watu gets a pawn and knight for the rook. I mean, this knight on c6 is already going to d4. This looks a bit curious though. Dragon to d3 looks a bit curious because now after castling by black, you will have rook d8. Ah, he wants to exchange. My word, I'm missing this, guys. I'm missing this. So some exchanges happen. Castling rook d8 is a threat still. Rook d8 is a threat. And of course, the position is already slightly unbalanced, so different things can happen here. Pawn to h3 played by Ben. He wants to chase the dragon bishop away. Okay. So dragon to h5 was played, and then dragon to c3. You need to get the dragon and the queen off the same file. Rook d8 was a threat. Black, and of course, black would love to take that dragon bishop on d2. So dragon c3 is in some pressure on e5. Both knights are defending it though for black. The d4 square is slightly soft. And white is an exchange up. He's got a rook for a knight. Question is, can what to use his extra knight? Okay, so it's Watu's turn to play here. It's contemplating here. Both players are getting around the 1.5 minute mark. 10-second increment per move. Rook d8, the logical move played by Watu. Where do you put the queen? Ben is thinking about queen e3. Is there something wrong with queen e3? Queen e3 played. You can just sense that the knight is a piece is gonna land on d4 pretty soon for black. Just that knight on g6 would love to have a different job. Knight on g6 wants to do something. Anja says queen a6. Maybe stopping white from castling. Queen a6 looked very interesting indeed. Maybe you had dragon e2 as an idea to counter that. Knight d4 played though. And white can't take on d4 because of pawn takes d4. Knight b4 was also an idea, yes, King Master. And yeah, knight c2 is a threat. Knight f3 is a threat. Seems like white is gonna have to give up. He's gonna have to give up his dragon bishop here. Okay, yes. Yes, indeed. GM is a GM. I think after everything is swapped off, dragon on f3 is not check, unfortunately. That's the thing. But the h1 rook is hanging and the queen is hanging. Yes, agreed. So it seems like Watu is going to snatch this one back because after exchanges, dragon f3. And how do you save everything? Queen g5, Bungie recommends. Queen g5 takes on c3, takes on h5. And then takes on b2. Not the prettiest position, but can... Yeah, the white king looks like he can get out of trouble. Whoa, 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 whoa. Queen to e2 by Ben. He's willing to give up his queen for the dragon bishop. I mean, queen g5 would have been a bit more normal way of trying that, but now dragon takes e2, dragon takes e2. And what would be the situation? White would have a rook and a dragon for a knight and a queen. Complete chaos. Different pieces all the way. So that would be something. But still, White has that pawn on d4 then that can march. That's the extra benefit. So interesting stuff, guys. Ben is down to 12 seconds. White is on 45 seconds. This is crunch time. White needs to come up with the goods to go into an Armageddon. White is in a must-win situation. Ben needs to just survive this game somehow. And we are seeing something extremely unbalanced. So Bungie is saying rook and pawn on 6th ranks is stronger than a dragon bishop. Interesting. Yeah, I guess you're gonna have to play dragon to d1 now. Or what? Or dragons. Okay, dragon c3. What about the check? King f1. King f1 is possible, isn't it? Do you want to go king e2? No, king e2, queen a6 check. King f1, queen a6 check, king g2. Or king f1, then b5. I liked king f1. What about queen a6 check now, guys? I didn't like that. I don't like king e2. So okay. But Ben says he's gonna waltz around. Oof. Rook d3 check. And I think it's over. Watu's gonna get the dragon bishop. And it's over. So Watu snatches that one back. And here we go. Here we go. Let's get the players on Zoom. Let's get the players on Zoom. Let's save the game. Players, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, what a game. Crazy stuff happening with the blitz time control. So, Watu, well done. You snatched that one back. And now it's even all square. And we're going to have to play an Armageddon. Let me just save this game here. So, let me just explain the Armageddon rules. Say that White has 5.5 minutes with 10-second increment, and Black has 4.5 minutes with 10-second increment. So both sides still have increment. It's not like the usual Armageddon, I think, right? So, and of course, White is forced to win, whereas Black can take the draw and still go through. So let me just save this game over here. And I think what we need to do, I just want to get someone, or maybe, yeah, I just need to go get two pieces, guys, to let's just draw for who will get what color. All right, so just give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back, guys. So let's just take a breather. I will be back in 30 seconds, guys.
For a week of a tiebreak, and I'll come back.
Okay, let's make it 2 minutes then for everybody. We'll be back right soon, guys. Alright guys, we are back with the finale basically for today. We want to see who's going to join I Am Steel in the finals tomorrow. And both players have won a game in the tie breaks of Blitz. So we are forced to go down to Armageddon. This is our position we have generated. Watu has 5 minutes. He's got the white pieces. And Ben has got 4 minutes. And in typical Armageddon style, White has to play for the win. Black, by getting a draw, can secure himself the match, basically. So yeah, the scene is set. There's been a long, grueling encounter. Lots of blows, especially in the blitz side of it. So last game of the day. So players, everything set your side? Are you guys ready? If you are ready, you can mute, and good luck. You can start the game whenever you're ready. Okay, here we have it, guys. It's the last game of the day. Tomorrow we have the 3rd and 4th position play out and the finals, of course. Tomorrow morning, first thing I think is 3rd and 4th, and then tomorrow morning at 9, and then the final start at 12, I think 12 noon. So here we go. Not a lot of draws happen in this, but I mean, Ben does have that outside chance to also win like that by taking a draw. Watu goes for a Queen's Gambit like start. Watu's used to now offering the pawn up in Gambit style to gain the center. Watu is in a must win, of course, here. But both players are going to come out fighting. Of course, it's a bit more tough to play with the black pieces. That's why black... okay, I actually don't know. Again, that's maybe a different situation. In general, it's a bit more tough to play with the black pieces. But I mean, that's why black also gets the option of drawing to go through. But he has less time. So Ben again decides to take on c4. He's been willing to grab that pawn and live with the consequences every single time. And he's done good. For most of the time, but the previous game went wrong for him. Watu finally crashing through in the previous game nicely. Okay, so Watu is trying to just figure out how to react to this. Are we going to see e4? He goes knight to d2. Okay. How is Ben gonna defend this pawn? Because he can't go b5. Is he gonna go c5? Doesn't seem like he has an easy way of, or a way of defending the pawn. So maybe he's gonna have to strike back with c5 or something. Knight to c6, hitting the d4 pawn. Are we going to see e3? Are we going to see f3? Time difference is more or less still the same. What to about a minute up on the clock. Ben needs to keep pace now. He needs to stay close to Watu on the clock. Because a draw is a long way from here. Don't even think about a draw. You have to play the game. You have to play all out. And he's a bit behind on the clock. So knight takes c4 played. Watu is inviting knight takes d4. Is Ben gonna snatch the pawn on d4? I mean, after knight takes d4, white could play f3 and hit the knight on d4 and say, okay, I'm developing with tempo. He could play e3. Watu is basically dangling stuff in front of Ben here, and he's got less time. Ben decides this time not to take the material. He just develops knight g6. Pawn to e3. So I think Watu got what he wanted here. He's not even a pawn down. He got his pawn back for on c4, and he's got a better center. That c pawn is a bit jammed, and black is gonna suffer a bit with the lack of space. Oh yes, the scariest name after f3 dragon to h4 is something nasty. Yeah. So yeah. I'll spot it. Ben goes dragon to h4 anyway. For someone that's new to the tournament or the scene, Ben has been utilizing his dragon bishops quite well. But is this necessary though? Watu goes pawn to g3 and he says, okay, what's your story? Where are you going? Was that really necessary? Is Ben gonna drop back to e7? f6 maybe? Whoa. Okay, he goes dragon to g2. The rook on what's the name looks on h1 looks hanging, but of course dragon f3 saves the day, and they keep on developing. Dragon e7, and we start to see a normal like position coming up. Watu playing some mean Catalan. Ben, no, of course, used to playing against the Catalan in the normal situation. So interesting play. Ooh, Watu throws in a Dubov move, h4. He's not just going to allow the position to be normal. h4, h5 is the threat. So black now needs to decide. It's not easy to long castle for black because that dragon bishop beaming up the diagonal, the knight's closer to the queen side. It's not easy. Black decides to play h5. That means he's not going to castle so quickly as well. Things are heating up. Yep, Cajelo, knight of g6 looks weird. The big KG is in the house. What's happening your side, KG? Have you been practicing your PC30? Okay, so Ben plays this quiet move, queen to d8. What is his idea? I'm not too sure what Ben is up to here. Looks awkward. Definitely white for choice here. Okay, knight to e4, g5, c5. Really starting to like Watu's position here. Remember, guys, this is all or nothing in this game. Watu has gone down to the same time as Ben, but he's got a substantial positional advantage, I feel. And Ben needs to be careful. He might have to spend some time here, just not to get into hot water immediately. And you can see the way he's looking at the position. Not the prettiest view right now. This is a big one, guys. The winner goes through to the finals where he can still win the big prize of 6,000 Rand. The loser will play against I Am Mabusela tomorrow for third and fourth positions. Third position is 4,000 Rand. Fourth position is 3,000 Rand. So still lots to play for. Okay, Ben goes pawn to e5. Time to counter. Time to disrupt the white's play. He wants to get that e5 square for his knights. So Watu takes. I'm expecting knight g to e5, finally getting that g6 knight into the game. Why not knight g e5? Am I missing something, guys? Queen c8. Oof. Okay. Did I miss something here? Did I miss something, or is Ben just spotting something more interesting? Things are heating up. Ben is down to 1 minute and 12 seconds. And Watu wants to play knight d6 check. He goes knight d6 check. Wow, Watu's gonna get the queen, and Ben is gonna have to give up the dragon for it. Oof. Ben has the 2 knights for the dragon, but Watu's got 2 extra pawns for it. I think Watu has just spotted a very nice tactic over there. D5 with knight f6 tactic. Interesting there, KG. Ben goes knight ge5. Ben is in trouble. Ben is in trouble. Usually the knights can be strong if they have outposts, but there's no outposts for the knight. For the knights, it's big problems. Big problems. Queen to e6. Okay. I'm expecting something like rook to d1. I would say if the pawn was gone on d6, black would be in decent touch here, but queen to c5. I'm expecting castling. Ooh, queenside. Wow, Ben, is that the right decision? Like, is you inviting that dragon bishop to breathe down that diagonal? I would expect short castling over there. I think he's maybe eyeing g5. Yes, scariest name. Wow. Wow, Ben coming up with some interesting play here. Try and get that d6 pawn. And indeed, it looks like he's gonna get it. But Watu is cooking up some play here, trying to open up the diagonal for the dragon bishop. In fact, pawn to b5 is a huge threat. Pawn to b5 is a huge threat. Don't have time to take on d6, b5 once the knight. I think Ben is in trouble. Ben is in trouble. Queen c4, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. So it stops b5 at least. It invites some trades. If he trades, then the pawn, of course, will drop on d6. So what can white do? Ah, yes, King Oster. Definitely so. Kitchen and sink. I think that's probably the mindset of Ben right now. He's got nothing to lose in this type of position, so why not go all out? So queen c4, interesting idea. It's not like you really want to take the queen on c5 because the pawns will be connected, but just to stop b5 for the moment, you have to kind of do something like this. Rook c1, a nice move by Watu. So now he's insisting that he takes on c5 and then pawn takes c5, and then it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. Those knights are gonna end up just trying to blockade things. Takes, and this is gonna be a long game for Ben. This is gonna be a long suffering. Watu's got the dragon for the 2 knights, but not only that, he's got the 2 pawns and the dragon. So the knights are struggling to find squares. And Watu's got a very deep pass pawn. Why not rook takes c5? I mean, this just looks very solid. I didn't even consider rook takes c5. I mean, you're threatening b5, but then king b8, and then what? Oh, b5 and the knight is hanging on e5. I see your idea, Experience name. That was maybe potentially even better. B takes c5 is such a nice lazy move to play. You know you have an advantage after that. But you could play b pass. Maybe that was stronger. So rook to e6. And yeah, no, this is ugly. This is ugly. Ben is suffering. Oof, yeah, no, it takes hard work, scariest thing. It's been such a long day. It's scarier than a dragon, containing a dragon. So Ben in full defensive mode here. Can Ben block up the position with his knights? Is it possible? Of course, we're going to see Scary's name tomorrow as well for some commentary, guys. So we've got two big matches tomorrow. We've got the third and fourth place match, and then we've got the finals. So then trying to dislodge the that structure. But B6 seems to be creaking here. Yeah, I think that tactic is costing dearly. The knight d6 check. That's something that he must. He could have taken an e5, I feel. I'm not sure if I missed something over there. But this looks like doom. Rook to d1. Keeping an eye on that d file and the king d7. Interesting. Why not bc though? bc, rook b7 check. Okay. Okay. Rook b7 check was a killer. Pawn to e4. What to softening up the position even more? I guess g6. bc played though. So d6 could be hanging. And Ben wants to go rook d6 next. Is there still life in this position? What can white do? Ef rook takes d6 is there for black. It's good. White needs to retract the bishop. Dragon bishop goes to b3. Fe, and all of a sudden, what's happening here? Knight c6, knight d4. Oof. Bishop takes c5. Is check, but knight c6 stops the check. So Ben is still trying to block, but the dragon is just gobbling up more and more stuff. Rook takes d6 is possible though. Can the knights defend the situation? I thought rook takes d6 and just trade off rooks was possible. Would have been interesting to see how the dragon converts that. Pawn to g6 perhaps. Oh no. I thought pawn to g6. Takes on g7. Yeah, no, black is losing too many pawns. Yeah, h5 is also hanging. I thought pawn to g6 instead of knight d8. And yeah, looks like Ben is going down here. Propeller joining us just to see who is he playing tomorrow. Looks by the things, the way things are looking now, it looks like Propeller is going to face Ben tomorrow for the third and fourth position match. And yeah, this looks over, guys. What is this? Just got too many pawns with the dragon bishop against the knight. What to punch the one knight and the other knight is being dominated somewhat. But okay, the knights can work together. It's just those pawns aren't gonna be stopped. Okay, a7 also dropping, it seems. Yep, and the whole house falls. Only knights left. This is what you call a nightmare for black. Oof. And Ben just out of inertia, probably just playing on. He needs to hope for a miracle, yeah. And the sad part is White can even mate with the dragon and the king alone, or even with the dragon alone, so it's not like you can give up your knights for the pawns. And the pawn is going to start running. Okay, so it was a great battle, guys. But it seems like Watu is going to convert this now in the Armageddon phase. And the knights are notoriously bad against side pass pawns. How does the dragon check work? Just like a normal check, it either moves like a bishop or it moves like a knight. But the knight maneuver is like the Zhangji horse in Chinese chess. It is one straight and one diagonally. It doesn't jump over stuff. It goes one straight and one diagonally. So it can kind of move like a knight and can also move like a bishop. So yeah. Okay, I think Ben has just resigned. Let's get the players on. So just to unmute over there. There we go. Can both players hear me? Okay. So yeah, you won, Watu. You won. So now, okay. But I can't hear you, Ben. Can you just fix your audio?
Sorry, Ken, what's happening?
Yeah, I think Ben resigned, right? Am I correct, Ben? Yeah. Ben just resigned. So you won the game. So, tough match. Nice fork there on d6. Watu. Ben, my question to you is that could you not take on e5? Knight g takes e5. Was queen c8 something a bit more ambitious and you just missed knight e6, or was there something wrong with knight takes e5?
Sorry, say that again.
So there where you allowed Watu to fork your queen with the king with that knight.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Could you have played? Thinking back, could you have played knight takes e5 instead, just a normal knight takes e5?
Yeah, but here it's all about nerves, huh? This is crazy.
No, I was just wondering, maybe I missed something obvious that you couldn't take on e5. So yeah. What's your thoughts on the game, Watu?
Sorry?
What's your thoughts on the game?
Thanks.
Oh, Watu is sharing his thoughts there on the phone. But anything else, Ben?
Can I please call you back? Just
yeah, I think it's. I was really feeling the time pressure. You know.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No problem, Watu.
I think it's quite difficult to play black in this Armageddon. Because draws are not common. So I think maybe we should rethink that. But I mean, we did agree to this before the event. So I mean, I'm not
actually. You know what you are saying is, I was actually hoping when I was choosing the colors that I get white. I think it's different to chess. I think it's different to chess because, you know, when you have black, it's quite a disadvantage in paradigm chess 30. You are worse.
And now you have less time as well. So I don't know. Maybe maybe change.
You need time to get out.
Maybe we should give black an extra minute, actually, something like that, just to compensate.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's difficult with Armageddon.
Yeah.
I don't know if it works.
I was really feeling the time pressure.
So, yeah. No, but
well played, Watu.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben. I'm sure you played really well. I enjoyed the match, man. It was very nice.
Yeah, me too, man. It was very interesting.
Yeah, definitely entertaining, guys.
A lot of ideas. I mean, you know, we okay. The other game I planned at the Dragon, but it was just too many ideas, and but but it's a very rich games, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, even the second blitz game, I can't believe I played knight b6, man. It's such a bad move. And taking that rook, it's just not. I didn't want to do that.
Oh yeah.
I
think I've got a nice.
A4.
I mean, after that, I think black is better. But before that, I think
keep
the
position
is quite
on developing, and yeah.
Yeah, you should keep this knight on a4.
Yeah.
I mean, the knight is much stronger than the rook anyway in paradigm chess, I think. And in this position, even worse, because my rook can't even move.
Yeah.
And you let go.
I mean, I saw all of these things, you know. When I played it, I forgot for a moment that c5 hangs after dragon e6. So it was just a mistake, actually.
Yeah. No,
I was relieved that you played knight b6 in that position.
Yeah, it's a very bad move.
Yeah.
But good match.
Just one thing, one must fall said earlier on, dragon on f3 was also defending e5. I see it now with the knight on c4 also defending. Makes sense, dragon one must fall. But anyway, tough match. Well played to both of you. So.
Oh, sorry, Kelvin. You meant in that position.
Yes.
That he should take on. Yes, but the dragon defense
is still defending. So it's impossible to take on e5. Actually, now I'm realizing it. So I missed something obvious there.
Yeah.
I think e5 is bad. I think e5 is too much. Like you are playing as if you are the one who's playing for the win.
No, it's bad.
Yeah,
but I didn't know.
You were just looking for something.
I didn't know what to do, and I was under some time pressure. Like I don't know, I almost played rook h6 or something. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that h4.
You need time to think about it.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a difficult situation, I think.
Very. Okay, but tomorrow morning, first thing, guys, 9 a.m. we will then see Ben facing off against Johannes Mabusela. They will be playing for third and fourth position, so something interesting and something to look forward to for both of those players. They're still playing for some good prize money. And of course, tomorrow at 12 noon, we'll see the big matchup. We'll see I am Henry Steele versus I am Watu Kobese for the big grand prize of 6K. And then second spot will, of course, get a 5K as well. So, brilliant games, interesting stuff. The Armageddon and the Tiebreaks providing us with more thrilling or faster paced games and some interesting chess positions as well today. So overall, quite entertaining. Thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks to our new subscriber as well. I think it is Boom Shaka. So
sorry, Kelvin, may I put a word in? Sorry,
of course.
Sorry, but I was feeling in the game that it's funny, but with this Armageddon, I really was wishing I was watching rather than playing. The tension is crazy. I thought this is interesting to watch. Not to play.
Definitely. And
definitely.
It's been an interesting day because both matches went down to tie breaks at least. So you guys have been providing us with a lot of entertainment and a lot to look at afterwards. We're gonna put this on YouTube as well pretty soon afterwards. So yeah, thanks to all the support today, guys. Thanks for the viewers and so on, and our new subscriber. So well done to the players, and thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow for our last day of the SA Paradigm Chess 30 Champs. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers and good luck, Watu.
Thank you. Same to you, Ben. Bye.